Hello everybody, Wingcap here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy NES. So yeah, not a lot going on here. We're just fighting some more dudes. I think this is where we last left off, I don't know. It's been a while since I last recorded. But yeah. Nope, I don't want... Okay, there we go. So yeah, I don't know really what subject I was on. Let's just carry on with the dungeon. You know, one weird thing really about like these RPGs is like the different levels, they're called dungeons. In the real world though, dungeons are like jails, or like prisons at the bottom of castles. I don't know. How we went from defining them as that to defining them as places where a lot of treasure and monsters is beyond me. It all started with Dungeons and Dragons, though. The game that became famous because it was cool. It was a board game that had millions of ways to play it. And it was a real with friends game, you know. Sometimes I think I should. Sometimes I wish I could just get a set of Dungeons and Dragons stuff and like try to play a campaign by myself. I've heard that's less fun, but you know, what can you do? I gotta find it exhausting to play with other people when it comes to board games like that. So I just end up playing with myself a lot. Wait, no, not like that. Wait a minute! But seriously though, guys, I do not masturbate, like, at all. I don't even know how that became a subject. My mind just takes me weird places. And when I'm left to just think to myself, it can end up in weird Oh wait, I said that already. Well, it can just, you know, it's weird, okay? But yeah. This game was inspired by Dungeons and Dragons a lot. And as we all know, Dungeons and Dragons, they just, you know, they went through trials and tribulations, and with, the whole thing about how, like, they were, how their game was accused of advocating and, like, devil worshipping and whatnot. We all know that that's not true. Pokemon went through the same thing because apparently it advocates the theory of evolution, which not everyone is okay with. Honestly, why would people, like, not believe evolution is a thing? It's been proven by, like, scientists and stuff. Now, it's different when you're arguing for stuff like natural selection, because then, you know, you can't... It's like the human race is only here because of luck, when we so clearly aren't. We are special. We are on top of the world, because we're special! I stole that joke. For anyone that got that reference. And for anyone that didn't get that reference, well, I'm sorry. You just didn't get it. Which is sad. Sad for you. Okay, there I go again, stealing other people's jokes. Oh, I think this is an abridged series. I'm just kidding. Seriously though, oh, it seems a lot of times abridged series will just make references to other abridged series. Like, seriously. How many abridged series do you know of that have at least made one Lil Karibo reference? The answer is quite a few, actually. At least for me. Wizards. Wizards of the Coast. Get away! I don't want to play card games right now. I'm actually doing real RPG stuff. Again, I kid. I have actually tried a bit of Magic the Gathering. I like it. I like it personally. I like it a heck of a lot better than, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's cool and all. Oh, it's just, you know, it's, like, it has, like, massive, it seems to have massive power creep, you know, where it's like, if you use, unless you use, like, the most broken, older cards, you're not gonna get real far. And like a lot of people's decks nowadays, it's like, you should only use mostly of this particular group of monsters and stuff. In some decks, it's like they can take people down with little to no effort. Like, seriously, you know it's a problem when people can literally, when it's actually legal for people to build deck setups that will make it so that they can take out people in, like, one turn. Or, like, you know, burn through their opponent's decks. I've heard a good explanation for as to why that is prevalent in Yu-Gi-Oh! And not in, like, Magic the Gathering, because, well, crap. I interrupted the recording, sorry about that. But, yeah, like, Magic the Gathering, I've heard the explanation for why it is like that is because, like, Magic the Gathering has simple rules and stuff that all the cards, like, adhere to. You know what? And, like, decks are built more around those rules. Meanwhile, you've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like, it's got simple layout for rules, but, you know, but it's like, you know, crap, I'm losing my train of thought here. Oh yeah, like, one card can automatically just change the rules completely on you, and it's because of that the game is so broken. Or at least it seems like it's broken. It's probably not broken. I've just lost a bunch of times. I also just realized that, yeah, there is nothing left to do in this dungeon, and that is annoying. I'm just gonna cut it here and meet you guys at the next stop, so, yeah, see you in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back here at the Temple of Fiends, and now we're gonna get the treasure that we missed our first visit here. Because now we have the Mystic Key and can unlock the doors. And the treasure chests are guarded, of course, by monsters. Gargoyles. You know, I've never actually seen Disney's Gargoyles. I've just heard it's really good. I remember the first forum site I ever joined, I actually had a quote from that show that I once saw on the Nostalgia Critic, basically in my signature. And basically, it was like this. And basically, it was like this quote that I guess the lead one, I forget his actual name, Goliath or something. You know, the black-haired purple one that's in charge of the rest of them. And basically, it was like this quote where he's like, "My kind have no names." And I thought that was really cool, so I put it in my signature. I also put a quote from Gino from Super Mario RPG in there as well. It's the one where he goes, "I serve a higher authority." Because, you know, that was cool as well. The forum site's gone now, though. That's the problem with forum sites. It's like, if you don't have people constantly posting stuff, it's like they end up closing down. Ugh. But, anyways, yeah. Yep. While I was on my way to this part of the game, I was basically getting an extra spell for Aqua. It's the A-Lit spell. Pretty much the last of these elemental resistant spells that she has. And now the set is complete. You know, for whatever reason, like, I'm not one of those guys that collects a bunch of memorabilia from his favorite show or anything like that, but I can still feel the sympathy of people, even in a fictional context, that are like that, and, like, stuff of theirs gets messed up. It's like a part of history is just wiped from existence because someone just came over to this guy's house and, like, started putting Cheeto dust all over stuff or something. I don't know what happens in reality. Most of my life is lived through TV and the internet. I'm trying to get better at that, though. It's hard because Asperger's makes it harder to socialize with people, so I'm like, oh gosh, what do I say? Hopefully my popularity here on YouTube will also help with that. And once again, interrupted. But yeah, as you can see, I basically got a couple of new weapons and stuff for my party members. And I think all that's left here now is to basically just get a few more things back at Corneria Castle. But time is kind of short as it is now, so like I've said before, check out my other videos, just comment and give feedback on ways I can improve myself. And just, you know, and as always, you know, stay cappy, my friends. Stay cappy. See you next time.